Hey YouTube, thank you so much for visiting us here with Cooking with G Dubs. And I'm your host, G Dubs. What I'm gonna cook for you today is turkey drumsticks. And what I was able to get at our local grocery store is I was able to have the turkey drumstick sliced up into small little cubes. And that's what I have here. And I'll show you a little closer when I start seasoning it up. So the seasonings that I'm gonna use is my tomato paste, my onions, my bell peppers, my salt, and of course my Èpís. And if you want to know what I did to make this, check out my channel, and I have a whole video that I did to come up with this. And what I have here is my parsley, cilantro, thyme, rosemary, basil, red peppers, bell peppers. I have some ginger, thyme, and a variety of different things. So if you like, check it out, check out my channel, and I'll show you how to make this so that you can have it for yourself, and it will cut your cooking time in half. So you don't have to worry about measuring anything. It's gonna make it a whole lot easier. So before we start, remember, you have to always wash your meat. That's how I've learned since I was a kid. That's how I always do it. You wash your meat, and you wash your meat with vinegar and hot water. So what I did for my meat is I poured vinegar on it, and then for this amount of meat, I put approximately about a half a cup of vinegar, and I used hot tap water, poured it on there, and I rinsed it and rinsed it and rinsed it, and then I dumped it out and I put it back. If you like, check out one of my other videos, and I'll show you step by step how to do that. But that's what you want to do, all right? So now, without further delay, let's get to it. All right, YouTube, now, very simple. What I'm gonna do is I have a half a cup, and I'm just gonna take a half a cup of Èpís. I'm gonna take another, a half of a half, put it in there. And then I'm gonna take my salt. This is approximately a tablespoon of salt. That's it. And then you mix it together. Then you make sure that the seasonings get all over all the pieces of meat. And if you want a little kick to it, then you could add your habanero peppers, or you could put some hot sauce on it at this point, so you can have a little kick, or you could wait to the end and put it in the gravy while we make it. All right, that's it. That's all we have to do. Now we're going to put some heat on it. All right, YouTube. Now what we're going to do is I have my skillet heating up, and I'm going to put some olive oil at the bottom. It gets nice and hot, and then we're going to put our turkey in. Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna add a little bit and what I'm adding is approximately 2 cups of water. And then we're gonna add the 2 cups of water, and we're gonna let it cook on top of the stove. We're gonna keep finessing it every so often, checking on it to make sure that it's cooking right. And then we're going to cook it until it's tender. So it'll take approximately about an hour on top of the stove. It may take a little bit more, but we'll check on it. We'll check back in 1 hour to make sure that it's doing okay. All right? All right, YouTube. Now our turkey is tender, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out of the dish so we can start making our gravy. But what we're gonna do is once we take it out, we're gonna put it in the oven for about 15 minutes so that we could brown the turkey a little bit. And while it's browning, what we're going to do is we're going to make the gravy with the juices that have been formed here. And that way our stuff will be right. We are almost done. And it doesn't have to be long. So our oven is already preheated at 400 degrees. And we're gonna just place it in there on the top shelf for about 15 minutes. And then afterwards, then we'll just take it back out and put it back into our gravy, and then our dish is complete. All right, here we go. This is how it looks like before, and in 15 minutes, you're gonna see what it's gonna look like after. All right, YouTube, so now it's time for us to make our gravy. And we have a good amount, but I wanna add a little bit more water. Just a little bit. And then what we're going to do at this time is we're going to add about a tablespoon of tomato paste. Set that aside. And then we're going to let this dissolve. Then we're going to make our sauce. And because it's turkey, it's going to thicken up the water a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to also add, I cut up 1/2 of our red bell peppers and our orange bell peppers. We're going to throw that in there. And then I sliced up 1/2 of our onions. Throw that in there. And we're going to let this sweat together for about a good 5 to 10 minutes. And then we're going to come back and then we're going to taste it to make sure that it's right. And then we'll be ready to put our turkey back in once it's cooked and once it's brown. All right, YouTube, now it's time for us to do the taste test and see what our gravy is tasting like, because we got another 5 more minutes of our turkey in the oven. Ooh. Delicious. And also at this point, if you want some heat on it, if you want it spicy, then you could put your habanero peppers in it, or your chili peppers, or you could put cayenne pepper in it at this point, and it'll give it the kick that you want. So when you blend it all together, it'll be nice and beautiful. All right. So now we just go to pause right here for a second, and then we're going to wait until our turkey is done. We got another 4.5 minutes, and then we're ready to blend together, and then we can ready to plate. Now look at that. See the big difference? Now it's gotten brown. Now it's ready for us to baptize it in some gravy. Yeah. Oh, let me get mine. Mint. And because I have this aluminum foil on here, it'll be real easy to clean up. Put this to the side. Now, once we combine it, look at how it looks now. Don't that look beautiful? Oh. Now look at that, YouTube. Don't that look pretty? Oof. Wait till you try it at home. Now it's time to plate it. All right, YouTube, I am done. The turkey is finished, and look at the finished product. Don't that look delicious? Man, it looks so good. It looks like pork almost. That's what it looks like. Oh my goodness. Now let's see what it tastes like. Wow. Oh. This is delicious. It is so good. Wait till you try that at home. Hold on a second, I'll take another piece. This is so cool. Is that what I mean? Excellent. Fantastic. You are going to love it, I promise you. This is absolutely delicious. Don't forget to like and subscribe to below. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell somebody you care about to check us out here with Cooking with G Dubs. And I'm your host, G Dubs. Thank you so much for visiting. Until the next video.
Baby, baby.